Handheld Xbox is actually getting canceled. Did you guys hear about that? Handheld Xbox. I am pretty sure they delayed it right after IGN. All right, we'll do IGN. I don't like IGN. Some of their articles are okay. Most not, but some of their articles are all right. But over here, okay, so Microsoft reportedly pulls back development on its own Xbox handheld to focus on third-party devices. So like the ROG Ally, things like that, because SteamOS just came out and smoked them. I don't like the way that this is laid out. Why can websites just not all have a similar layout? God, it makes it so hard to do this. So ridiculous. Does this one work? Kind of, not really. I just wish, is it cutting stuff off? Yes. Of course it's cutting stuff off. Because why wouldn't it? Why would it not cut stuff off, guys? Just, you know, I mean, of course it does. All right, that's better. God. So Microsoft has reportedly pulled back developing its own Xbox handheld console. Microsoft was reportedly planning to launch its own handheld device sometime around 2027, potentially alongside its next-gen Xbox. You guys are becoming Netflix. Why do you even care about the hardware development? It's obvious you guys just want to be the Netflix of gaming. Okay. However, a new report by Windows Central now claims Microsoft priorities have shifted, with the team now focusing on improving Windows 11 gaming performance for third-party devices. This, I absolutely believe, is because of SteamOS. And reason being is because SteamOS is getting a lot of praise right now. And not saying that Linux is necessarily a thing, but the amount of games that every time Windows 11 releases, it just bricks so many games. Or every time Windows 11 does an update. I do think that this is because they don't want people switching operating systems. They need you to stay. So I did a video a few weeks back. Do you guys remember it? Where I was talking about how Microsoft was going to try to destroy Steam by effectively integrating your Steam library and like your Epic Games library into their like Xbox app or their Microsoft Store app on Windows 11 devices, basically saying that you access all your game libraries through the Microsoft ecosystem, and by doing that, they were going to effectively try to reduce visibility of the competition in other places and just make it more convenient for you to purchase through Microsoft and all that. This right here, I think, flies directly in the face of that. And I think I think when SteamOS came out and started getting a lot of reviews and people were like, wow, it's actually viable. Linux is getting more viable every day. They went, wait a minute, you actually have the ability now to actually make operating systems that are competitive. This is going to be insane, guys. Again, up until I saw some videos and things like that coming out, really talking about the viability of how these systems are advancing now and actually being able to compete with Microsoft, I was like, I think Microsoft is just going to try to get you in the Microsoft ecosystem and keep you there. And now you can just completely leave the ecosystem. This song is a proper jam. It so is. I love it. Dude, this soundtrack is so good. Yeah, so this, again, I think Microsoft had to put them on their back feet. I don't know how much market share SteamOS and Linux is all going to get in the next few years. I have no idea. But I do know for a fact it's afraid, right? They might be afraid. I think that they just thought that they were king of the hill and they were always going to be king of the hill. You know, they were always going to sell that propane and propane accessories. And now somebody else is selling propane and propane accessories. No, was that a bad analogy? No, I'm just saying. This is one of those things that kind of gives me hope, because my whole point in the video that I did talking that Microsoft was going to like destroy Steam was they're trying to eliminate competition. I don't want them to eliminate competition. I really don't. They need to not get rid of competition in the market, because the only people that hurts is us, the customer, right? We're not consumers. We're not fucking pigs. We're customers. And I legitimately think that that's one of the things that we really, really need to pay attention to. So, working alongside partners like Asus on its Xbox branded handheld devices, codenamed Project Canaan, according to Windows Central, staff were internally informed that priorities are moving more deeply towards third-party OEM handhelds in the interim. Because again, SteamOS kind of came out and knocked their socks off, right? So photos of the Asus Xbox branded handheld device leaked earlier this month. 2 images of Asus ROG Ally 2 device, one white, one black. Ooh, that'd be kind of cool. Went public via the Indonesian certification office, which linked to a now deleted listing on the US's FCC website. Interestingly, Windows Central's report adds the hardware side is essentially finished and is going to be one of the first devices to use the AMD Z Extreme processor. Why would they switch? Windows Update is what will make me emulate. Buy the game, then the computer updates, and I can't play what I bought. That's indie games will likely lead the way into the future. So yeah, but well, for indie game development, but we're talking about operating systems at this point. Like, so indie games, if SteamOS gets real friendly with all these people and it becomes more popular for people to game on a SteamOS, a Steam operating system, handheld device, or what, a SteamOS device, then developers are going to lean their development. It depends on how friendly the code is. They're going to lean their development to operating on that. Okay. The tech specs at this time are a little piecemeal, so it's not entirely clear how it'll run or if there's any meaningful difference between the black and the white versions. Rumor has it that the devices are currently being tested at Microsoft HQ rather openly as we speak. Okay. Last month, Asus, or Republic of Gamers X-Twitter account, account shared a teaser offering a brief glimpse over there. Okay. The official Xbox account acknowledged the tweet with a cheeky, wide-eyed gif suggesting it was gearing up for a formal reveal. The successor of the Xbox Series X is reportedly fully in production and due out in 2 years, trying it with the Xbox president Sarah Bond's recent comments, or tying it with her recent comments. Microsoft was moving full speed on our next generation of hardware, focused on delivering the biggest technological leap ever in a generation. We'll see. We'll see. I doubt it. Maybe. I mean, they've got the money to do it, right? And that's what I think they're trying to do right now, is I think that they're trying to leverage the power of the purse against all these other companies that are trying to compete with them. That's Microsoft's biggest thing. Is they're valued at like $1 trillion or something like that. $1 trillion with a T. I thought I heard that. That is insane. That is insane. The amount of money that they could put behind this if they really wanted to. Now, obviously, they have other things, but I mean, Microsoft is a software company first and foremost. So when SteamOS and all these other things are coming in and kind of beating them in software, hopefully it turns out good for us. Hopefully we as the customers win on this one, guys. I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? You think SteamOS is going to come out and smoke Windows? A lot of people hope, but they got to get that market share. What do you guys think?